How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and in a couple of weeks, I'm taking you to a county jail, and I'm going to show you, with two experienced experts, how to do a proper cell search. And the reason why I want to do that is because right now, with a lot of understaffed facilities, a lot of searches can't be done, and searches are the preventive measure that limits contraband from coming into our facility. It limits the vulnerability and strengthens the integrity of the facility. That's why I decided to do a video on cell search. And this video is meant to compliment a friend of mine who also did a video by the name of Gary York. Gary York has a great video coming out in maybe like a week or two. I got to get the exact date, but it's going to go through Corrections 1, and he did a great video on searching. It's a great video. It covers a lot. It covers the do's and don'ts, talks about what to do when you find contraband, and really highlights the necessity of why we need to commit to our searches. And on another note, the reason why I want to go ahead and compliment his video, because there are certain things I look at that I may say, you know what, let me elaborate on this a little bit more. But again, he started this idea of let's let some video on some cell searches going on, so I'm going to compliment that. And that's kind of how me and Gary roll. We kind of work together to make sure the information gets out there. As I want to discuss with my experienced professionals some of the tools that we need. So if your facility doesn't invest in them, maybe this will open their eyes. Maybe this will open up their minds to investing in the proper tools. And I also want to talk about how to break down a search, like through quadrants. And I want to talk about some common hiding spots. And members, when you do searches inside a prison or inside a jail, it may be a little different because prisons, they're there longer. So inmates are allowed a little bit more property. And that's where it becomes a little bit hectic for the officers to, got a lot to look through. I just have a lot to look through. So how do you break it down? Because there's infinite ways to hide things inside one of those small little cells. And I want to talk about the importance of searching because, again, you're alleviating or you're getting rid of contraband. You're getting rid of the contraband that can pose a threat to the facility. So you have to be 100% in your devotion to that search, 100% vigilant, 100% determined. Because if you overlook just one thing, that one thing that you overlook can wind up getting somebody killed, like your brother or sister. So you have to be 100% vigilant. And there are some states that allow the inmate to watch you search, like the inmate's right on top of you, watching you search. Now, if that's the case, how can that officer be 100% vigilant to that search? How can that officer be devoted to that search? As that officer starts getting closer and closer to that contraband, that inmate starts to get antsy. Now the officer's attention is split. They may lose track or focus, or they may not want to go after it now because we're not protecting them. We have to protect our officers so they can do the job that they must get done. That's why part of the video I'm going to show you the pat frisk and where the hell to store that inmate while we're doing our searches. Because that inmate should not be watching you do searches. Not only does he pose a threat or she poses a threat, they're seeing the officer's routine. They're seeing how the officers search. And by seeing how the officer searches, well, then they'll figure out where to hide their contraband. So we have a lot to discuss in a couple of weeks. It'll be a great video on searching. And as always, guys, I love you guys. Stay safe.